You've dreamed of walking through ancient temples, standing face to face with the Great Pyramids, and feeling the magic of the Nile breeze. But what if wandering Egypt on your own turns into a journey full of hidden costs, cultural misunderstandings, and missed moments? In this video, we uncover what it's really like to explore Egypt without a guide, from safety concerns to surprising scams, and what you must know to experience its ancient wonders fully. Stick around, because one of the most surprising moments in this video comes much later, when we reveal a simple mistake that's causing most visitors to miss one of the most breathtaking tombs in all of Egypt without even realizing it. But first, let's start with some tips that could save you time, money, and stress from the moment you land. Always pre-book your site tickets and transportation through official platforms or hotel desks. Many solo travelers in Egypt fall into tourist traps by relying on street vendors or unofficial guides near popular sites. Not only can this be costly, but it can also be unsafe. Booking through your hotel, the official Ministry of Tourism platforms, or trusted travel apps can save you from scams and unnecessary stress, especially at major attractions like the Pyramids of Giza or the Valley of the Kings. Our journey begins in the heart of Cairo at the Egyptian Museum, a place that holds the world's largest collection of ancient Egyptian artifacts. It's packed with over 120,000 items, from the glittering treasures of King Tutankhamun to the eerie stillness of royal mummies. But for most first-time visitors, the experience can feel disjointed. Many items are poorly labeled or presented without any clear narrative. Walking through on your own, it's easy to miss the context that ties these artifacts together. Why a certain statue's pose mattered, or how a seemingly simple tool played a role in royal life. What a guide adds here is depth. Instead of just seeing an old piece of pottery, you hear the story of how it was used during burial rituals to ensure safe passage into the afterlife. A crumbling scroll becomes a political decree that changed the course of dynastic power. Even the placement of items in the museum reflects their cultural status, something most visitors won't realize on their own. Without a guide, it's just objects. With one, it's a time machine. And here's something most travelers don't know. The museum's original structure is being phased out, and many artifacts are moving to the new Grand Egyptian Museum. That means time is running out to see certain displays in their original setting. For those going solo, you'll want to research ahead. But with a guide, you skip the confusion and step directly into the stories that shaped a civilization. Have you ever visited a museum where everything clicked only after someone explained it to you? Share your story in the comments below. We'd love to hear it. From Cairo's museum halls, we step out into the vast open desert, where the Pyramids of Giza rise from the sand like silent giants. These are the most recognizable landmarks in Egypt, and yet many visitors are caught off guard when they arrive. The area is crowded, noisy, and often chaotic. Street vendors, unofficial tour guides, and aggressive sales tactics are part of the daily reality here. Without preparation, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and even unsafe. That's why going solo can be risky. travelers often find themselves pulled into situations they didn't agree to, like being offered a free camel ride that quickly turns into a demand for payment. And while the pyramids themselves are stunning, many miss out on the hidden stories behind them. For example, without a guide, you might overlook the Solar Boat Museum next door, home to a full-size ship that was buried for the pharaoh's journey to the afterlife. You also might not realize how the alignment of the pyramids matches precise astronomical points, or how each structure played a specific role in the burial complex. A guide helps you avoid scams, navigate security, and understand the engineering behind these massive stone blocks that have lasted over 4,500 years. You're not just snapping photos. You're hearing how these monuments were planned, funded, and built with mathematical precision. And for a place that's constantly bustling, having someone walk you through the best times to visit or lesser-known spots for quiet views can make a huge difference. Our journey continues to Luxor, a city that holds the heart of ancient Egypt's greatest secrets. Here lies the Valley of the Kings, home to more than 60 royal tombs buried deep in the hills of the west bank of the Nile. While the site is open to independent travelers, navigating it without a guide often means missing context that adds real meaning to what you're seeing. For example, the tomb of Ramses VI is open to the public, and its ceiling holds one of the most detailed astronomical texts from ancient times. Without someone to explain it, it may look like random symbols, but with the right knowledge, you understand it's Egypt's version of a star map, tied to the pharaoh's journey through the afterlife. A basic ticket only gets you access to a few tombs. Others, like those of Seti I or Tutankhamun, require separate passes and cost significantly more. A guide helps you decide which are worth your time and money. Also, the layout of the West Bank can be tricky. Without help, you might miss nearby sites like the Temple of Hatshepsut or Medinet Habu, both within a short drive. The most exciting moment? Descending into a pharaoh's tomb and seeing vibrant wall paintings that still hold their color after 3,000 years. It's one of the few places on Earth where you can physically step into a royal burial site from antiquity. But if you don't know what to look for, such as which god is guiding the king, or why some tombs were left unfinished, you're just walking through an empty space. So, what's the simple decision that causes most people to miss one of Luxor's most stunning tombs? It comes down to not knowing about the tomb rotation system. Only a handful of tombs are open at a time, and they change every few months to protect the ancient walls from moisture and light damage. Many visitors skip the visitor center and head straight to the site, only to find that the tomb they most wanted to see, like the richly decorated KV-17 of Seti I, requires a separate ticket bought in advance or isn't open at all that day. A local guide can check availability, arrange access, and ensure you don't waste time or miss the most extraordinary tomb in the valley. From the grandeur of royal tombs, we move south to Aswan, where Egypt slows down and the rhythm of the Nile feels different. Along the riverbank, just across from the city, are the Nubian villages, brightly painted homes, vibrant markets, and communities rooted in traditions that long predate ancient Egypt. The most common way to reach the villages is by boat. Without a guide, arranging transport and navigating the area can be confusing, especially if you don't speak Arabic. But once you arrive, it's a completely different world, and the culture here is distinct. Nubian people have their own language, customs, and crafts. Their homes are painted in strong blues, oranges, and yellows, not for tourists, but because that's part of their identity. Walking through these villages, you'll see murals with crocodiles, names of family members written on doors, and traditional Nubian pottery. A good guide can translate conversations, introduce you to local artisans, and help you understand the significance behind everything from the food to the architecture. What makes this stop so exciting? It's the feeling of connection. You might be invited to share tea with a local family or hear stories passed down through generations. Some guides even arrange overnight stays where you can eat a homemade meal, listen to Nubian music, and wake up to views of the Nile from a traditional rooftop room. It's not just a visit, it's an experience. But without a guide, you risk treating the village like a photo stop, rather than the living culture it truly is. Have you ever been welcomed into a local community while traveling? Tell us where it happened. We'd love to hear what made it memorable. Have you been to Egypt, or are you planning a trip? What are you most excited about? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and share your own tips or questions. And if you're planning more travel this year, don't stop here. You'll want to check out our next video on Rwanda, the most beautiful destinations you've never heard of. It covers key tips, safety, and things that could make or break your trip. Click here to watch it now, and we'll see you in the next one.